Welcome back everybody, Kai here with a second episode with Erste FC Nürnberg from the second Bundesliga, the fallen giants of German football. In the last episode, we beat Freiburg 2-0 thanks to 2 goals from Füllkrug, and we did it again. FC Union Berlin lost 2-0, thank you Füllkrug. Next game was against German Cup, in the German Cup against Minnows, beat them 3-1 with a rotated side. It was scarier than I hoped, but we won. That's what counts. Engelhardt got his debut and his first goal and broke records for being youngest player, youngest scorer. Great game for him, and the press loved him. Next game, 3-0 win against local rivals TSV München. Füllkrug got another goals. That's 5 goals in 3 games to start the season off, as did Hovland, our centre back, and Blum. Hovland had great starts this season. 2-0 win against VfL Bochum. This another great win. That was 4 games in the league, 9 goals, none conceded. Great start. Next game, bit tougher, home 2-1 win against Karlsruhe. Oft and Füllkrug getting yet another goal, unfortunately injured, but he still made it to the next game, which we again won 2-1 against a title challenger who hasn't been so good this season. I'll show you the league table in a second, but we beat them nonetheless. It was a close game, as it always is against tough sides, no matter their form, and they went 1-0 up, but we came back into it. Füllkrug and Eras, our young central midfielder, getting the goals. Bit of a dip in form. RB Leipzig, the team currently competing against us for that first place spot, 2-2 draw. It was a late goal by them, devastating to have lost it so late on, but that's how you have it as Football Manager, right? And then Duisburg, we drew 3-3, so our form hasn't quite been perfect coming into this big game against local rivals Greuther Fürth, but as it stands, we're looking good. I'll show you the league table now. Zweite Bundesliga. Here we go. We're in second place, 5 points behind Leipzig. Despite our amazing form, Leipzig have simply been better. They've also played 1 extra game, which hopefully with a win today will cut that gap down to 2 points. They have a great goal difference, and their only points were dropped against us, so you can clearly tell who the favourites are this season. Kaiserslautern, one of the actual favourites, are currently sitting in 14th place. Not perfect, but since last episode we made 1 signing, not an important one, on a free loan, no contract. I'm not paying any wages, not paying anything. Basically got him in as a cover option because, well, I could, and he's free, and it's just, there's no loss from bringing him into the club. His pace might be useful in some games, and he's just, in case of emergency crisis, we have the player, and he looks good. Our team so far this season, we've been fairly settled, as you can tell from appearances. A lot of players on 8 games or 7. Our top scorer, quite obviously, Füllkrug with 8 goals, but Burgstaller has contributed 4, and Gilson has considered 2 and a couple on 1. Assist-wise, it's been Gislason and Morvald, the midfielder and the winger, who have been providing the goals for himself, Füllkrug. In terms of the second Bundesliga, Füllkrug is actually no longer the top scorer. That belongs to Tomane for Duisburg. Now, Greuther Fürth opposition today, I've noticed a few of their players. This guy has been quite good. He hasn't actually 3 goals in 8 appearances, doesn't look that good, but 2 assists, 1 player of the match, and he got a player of the week, and he looks good and scary, so I'm going to watch out for him. The team for today's game, Morvald, Behrens and Pollack. Pollack in the midfield just because I want his experience on the pitch when we have such a big rivalry. Obviously other players, Leibold and Sujovic. Sujovic has been really good for me so far this season. That was his 8.0, I think. Yep. And here's Leibold, our left back, has really come into his own in this season and has been a good contributor, solid down the left flank. Füllkrug obviously scoring quite a few goals, 8 goals in 7 appearances is impressive. Burgstaller and Gilson on the wings. Bench fairly stacked. We have had a 4-month injury to Miso Breko, which is really saddening because also he will have taken a hit at 31. He was never going to get better, but this will impact him more than age, which is quite unfortunate. The other injury is Bulthins, who's been injured a couple of times so far, the Dutch left back, centre back. But into the game we go. And Greuther Fürth have come out with a 4-4-2, simple formation. Berisha and Fries are the men to watch out for. Rodriguez on the right flank, Paslak on loan from Dortmund. Obviously, many of you know him as a wonder kid in FM. Franken is a solid centre back. Remember seeing him in the Bundesliga. If it's the Franken, I think it is. The rest of the team look relatively decent. Let's get into the game. Greuther Fürth with a better of the opening stages, but we launch the ball into the box and Morvalt cannot score from there. It is Morvalt, but Füllkrug on the counter. He's not the fastest, but he launches it forward to Gilson. Gilson shoots. Nice save by Mielit. It's out for a corner, and that's Morvalt taking the corner in. He whips one in. Can we header in? Nope, it's cleared. Poor. Well, nobody was standing where he delivered, but the second ball, Füllkrug just gets it over the bar. And here we have a throw in on the right side, but Füllkrug is dispossessed. Diepleberg, I can't read the names. Mielec gets it forward, but Polak intercepts back in the centre to Morvalt. Morvalt out to the right back, Stojkovic. Back to Morvalt, into Füllkrug. Füllkrug, can he get assist? No, he can't, but Morvalt gets the second ball. Stojovic out on the right flank, cross in. Nope, Morvalt, but Stojovic, second chance to get the ball in the box. Crosses it, Füllkrug header. Mielec saves. Nice save by the goalkeeper. We've come back into this game after a poor start. Hopefully we can get a goal. And we have an attack. Morvalt again on the ball up to Gilsason. Stojovic on the right flank, can't get in, passes it to centre to Morvalt, to Polak, into Füllkrug. Füllkrug turns his man, not quite. Burgstaller into Füllkrug. Füllkrug shoots, hits the post. Disappointing. Greuther Fürth have the ball, launch it forward. Petrac thankfully can cut it out to Morvalt. Polak gets the second ball. Morvalt, can he get a pass forward? Not yet. Stojkovic. Polak tackled, and Fries is through here. Can he get into the box? Shoots. Thankfully he's missed. Griezmann with a throw in to Fries, to Stiepermann, into the box. Petrac clears, and Fries has got the ball again, blocked by number 3 Hovland. But they've got a corner here. Number 16, don't know his name. Paschlat from Dortmund whips in. Polak clears. An experienced head on the pitch. I'm thankful to have him, our captain, playing a good game here. Stojovic at the right flank with Morvalt into Gislason, who cuts inside. Will he shoot? No, up to Füllkrug, takes a shot, bounces off the defender. Paslak on the counter here. Gisla, we've had time to reorganise and they can't get anywhere. With half time drawing near, it's been 0-0, but it's not been a bored draw. We've had a clear cut chance. Füllkrug curled, but not curled enough. 0-0 at half time. We've had a clear cut chance. We've hit the post. We've had a lot of shots. Unfortunately, we have not had the goal. Second half starting here, we kick off. Leibold out to Burgstaller, to Morvalt. This is probably the pointless highlight at the start of the half, but I can hope nonetheless. Not a penalty. Let's get on to the game. They just had a free kick. We've managed to clear it only as far as Gulsla, who gets out right to Paslak, who can cross in a mean ball. Thankfully, Hovland clears it for a corner. They take the corner now. Paslak, their set piece specialist. Polak once again heading the ball off. It's a throw in. They're going to make a change, and I'm thinking of making a change because Füllkrug is not having the best of games out there. Behrens with a free kick, passes out to Leibold, into Morvalt, our playmaker in the centre. Bloom just come on, passes out Stojkovic. I didn't say anything then. Morvalt with a second shot, couldn't get it. Paslak hunts it down, but Morvalt with the set piece. Can you whip a good ball in? Not quite. Can you get the second ball? No. My pet hate in football managers when they don't chase those balls and let them go out for a throw. As we enter the dying stages of the match, 5 minutes left, Paslak with a Berisha scores at the very death 85th minute, and we've gone not 1-0 down against our bitter rivals. And here's the free kick. Paslak into the box. Berisha is unmarked, free, shoots in. 1-0. This is disappointing. I've pushed everything forward in the hope of getting a goal, but it's not looking likely. Mielec with a goal kick up to Hiedinger. Hiedinger cuts inside to Fries. Polak intercepts. Can we get that count in? Morvalt up to Bloom. Bloom has got Traore on the right flank. Traore, can he whip in the ball? No, he shoots and misses. Chance wasted. We may have had the better of the game with 15 shots, 4 on target, hit the woodwork and 3 clear-cut chances, but we've been unable to score that goal that wins you games. We would need 2, but 2 of the 3 clear-cut chances would not have been. Traore through, gets tackled, and at the last second it's a throw into us, and it doesn't look likely that we're going to score. We're going to lose 1-0 against our bitter rivals, Greuther Fürth. Rather disappointing to lose in this way. This last throw in, Stieber, nothing, 1-0. Fans aren't happy, I'm not happy, and despite a good performance, the only people happy here are Greuther Fürth. That is a disappointing result, to say the least. Leaves us 5 points off first place in the table at the moment, but a positive note, we are 1 point ahead of third, which is what Nürnberg finished in real life and failed to win the promotion playoff. We did, however, on an interesting note, the fans are devastated. I do not mind. No, I don't blame them, I meant to say. I would like to point that clear. But our form has taken a bit of a dip in the last 3 games. Despite Morval's amazing form, the team, despite playing well, can't score for whatever reason, and that is unfortunate. We did, however, have the German Cup second round draw, which was against TSV 1860 München, one of our other rivals, and that will be the next episode. I will see you in 3 games time to play that game as a live com, and hopefully our form will have increased by then, and getting into that game will have a bit more oomph. It would be good. Any other news to tell you about? Not really. I tried to get more money, I don't think it worked. We have plenty more in the bank. I found out you actually get 11 million for coming first in this competition, and I think 10 for coming second, which is a fair amount. There it is, yeah, 11 for first, no, 11.5 for first, 11 for second, 10.5 for third, 10 for fourth. So those are the positions I'm aiming for. Any lower will be a pro season. Really want to come third, just if nothing else for that, the experience of a playoff game. Even if we lose it, it will boost the team rep and hopefully give the players some experience that they won't want to lose again. They are devastated, I'm devastated, we did make a mistake, but it was a good performance and I'm remaining optimistic, and I did see positives, I just didn't see goals. I will slate off my striker because he's the one who's meant to provide goals. Man of match obviously went to our team, despite them winning in the 85th minute, a bit of a sucker punch. And did he have a good game? He probably did. I can't be asked to find out right now. Bit annoyed at the result. Any other news? I looked through the youth teams. There is one player that stood out. 2 players actually. One is this guy, Kammer Bauer, trained at the club, looks good, determination, always like to see that in a player. Unfortunately, cannot play naturally in that midfield spot, cannot play naturally in that centre-back spot. No, as in can play centre-back though, which is good, but I like my defensive midfielders to be able to play in midfield as well. But hard-working, determined, not slow, mentally decent for 18-year-old who obviously started at clubs, not even a regen. They're often weaker and he looks good. The only other player already shown you is Engelhardt. Looks good, gave him a game, low determination, but look at all the green arrows, and he could be a reasonable squad player in the future. The only other one, Tushar, I'd let out on loan. He could be a key player in the future, depends how good he turns out. Thank you very much guys for watching though, and I will see you for the German Cup second round. Maybe winning this game might get an easy opposition in the third round, and possibly even, or an away game against Bayern Munich would be big. A lot of money, big prestige, would probably lose, but a game against rivals, I'm up for it. So, see you guys in the next episode. Any comments, any feedback? If you liked the video, liked it. If you didn't like it, dislike. Tell me why though. Either way, don't mind. I want to improve. I also want to know if I'm doing a good job. Thank you very much for watching. Bye.